Yeah, but stick close. Your father and I have some unfinished business to take care of, and it all goes to shit if I don't get you back to him in one piece.
Don't worry about that. I'll make sure Father sticks to his promise. Maybe even get him to throw in a little extra. But as grateful as I am for your assistance, from here on in, it's every man for himself. See you later.
Damn it. Or maybe, I think that because I'd pre-ordered the game originally, I had an extended something? I don't know. Because this seems a lot smaller than what I had last time. Or maybe it's coming up. Pull him back. I need my Explorer bonus experience. Okay. Okay, this will put me over top of those guys. Understood. Oh, and this is how I came in. Alright. Now the whole room makes sense. Oh, I could have turned that off too. So many ways to do things. Alright, I have 2 praxis points available, right? I do. And nothing really to buy. And there's at least 4 more at the end, because I remember that, and I have the money for that already. And I remember some kind of mission in these sewers about talking down some kind of bell tower runaway. Gained a conscience. And was hiding out in the sewers. Wait, did they Guess they changed it. No, here it is. Oh snap, I'm about to get stream bumped. I don't know. Probably until I get hungry or otherwise. My shoulder's starting to hurt a little bit because of this chair. Ortho might set another world record. You're at what, 15 something? 1550? 1530? 1541. Oh my gosh, goat cyborgs. I didn't bat for this. We'll be in the area in a couple
You
weeks.
ever need a job, you tell me. I'll hook you up.
I take it the kid made it back in one piece.
He says I owe you a weapon. I always repay my debts. With interest.
That's one debt paid. Now tell me what you know.
Bell Tower keeps 2 ships in port. They think nobody notices, but I keep an eye. Every couple of days, one of them loads up in the middle of the night and sails
Oh, maybe
out.
this is the boat thing I was
Anywhere.
talking
A
about.
wise man doesn't ask. I just know the Heizen Su pulls out tonight. And where she make port, I bet you find your scientists.
That's a whole lot of maybe, Tong.
True. But maybe you lucky more times than I can count.
Bell Tower runs tight security. How do you expect me to get on their ship?
One of my boys will leave a package inside a locker for you in an equipment shed. You find it, we talk, and I tell you what to do next.
I'll be waiting with bated breath, I'm sure.
This time, patients attempting to access the 2nd Avenue Limb Clinic found their route blocked by supporters.
There we go. That's that, but I want to do some more stuff before then. I'm pretty sure there's another mission in here I'm missing somewhere. Those are some of Tong's bros. Is that where all this leads? Just around here? Pardon me. That angle is closed off. Okay, so that's just a short loop that leads back into the place I just was. Civilians. Court Gardens. Alright, I'm gonna look up that mission that I was talking about. Okay. The mission I'm talking about is started in the Limb Clinic in Hengsha. So, the signs lead there. Limb Clinic. I think I took care of all the bell tower in this section.
Have been flooding in from around the globe.
怎么回事？
There's a doctor in here that will give me a quest.
Excuse me, Mr. Jensen? I am not mistaken. You are Mr. Jensen, right?
That depends. Who's asking?
I am sorry, Mr. Jensen. I am being impolite. My name is Wing Hui. I am a doctor here.
I can see that. What I really meant to ask is, how do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Excuse me, for I am a bit nervous. Bell Tower agents were here a while ago, looking for a man who fits your description. When I heard what they were saying of you, it occurred to me that you might be exactly the person I need.
Need for what, exactly? Tread carefully, Doc, because I'm about one step away from losing my patience here.
No, please, you misunderstand.
It's my first
I only
ever.
wish to talk to you about something. And
Yes.
it is not an easy subject to discuss, as it is a rather sensitive matter.
It's sensitive.
Truly,
Penis is
Mr. Jensen,
augmented.
I would never force anyone to do something against their will. On that, you have my word.
Glad to hear it. So what's this all about then?
I'm afraid I won't be able to go into very much details. Not before I know you are really willing to help. But I need someone to help me to stop a very dangerous augmented soldier, and possibly his squad mates. If everything Bell Tower said of you is true, then you would seem the good fit for this job.
Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me more.
Thank you. Now please, understand that I am to give you sensitive information on multiple parties.
Alex, he needs them.
I understand, Doc. You can count on my discretion.
I appreciate it, Mr. Jensen. Obviously, you are familiar with Bell Tower and the role they have in this city. What you may not be familiar with, however, is the fact that sometimes they contract limb doctors like myself to work in private clinics on special projects.
What kind of special projects?
What you Americans call black operations. Bell Tower selects some of their best soldiers and make them to be super augmented with experimental top secret hardware.
Not to sound too jaded, Doc, but none of that comes as a big surprise. Stuff like that's been going on for years.
Yes. Your government and mine have both been guilty of this practice, I am sure. But Bell Tower is not a government. They are a private corporation. A private army on sale to the highest bidder.
Is this about stopping Bell Tower then? Because as much as I might hate them right now, I'm only one man.
No. It is not all of Bell Tower I need help with. It is just one of their covert operatives, a man named Michael Zelazny. He was implanted with experimental hardware, and to an extent that is way beyond legal regulations. I am ashamed to say I have operated on him myself, and he has been used in countless secret operations for the Chinese and others.
Sounds like the type of man you don't want to see going out of control.
Precisely. Yet, about a month ago, I have heard rumors that Mr. Zelazny and part of his unit had gone rogue. And 2 weeks later, a city official was killed in a perfectly staged operation. I am certain it was them. And then, a few days ago, Mr. Zelazny contacted me himself. He needed urgent help with one of his squad mates' augmentations.
I take it you said you would help.
They sent me to the back store of a meat shop near Pandang Road, in the Yutzao district. There, I performed emergency repairs on one of the agent's augs, a servo replacement. I believe this back store is their hideout, Mr. Jensen. You must go there and make Mr. Zelazny hear reason.
I'll do what I can.
I am sure you are up to the task. Mr. Zelazny is a soldier, not a maniac. Your unique situation will no doubt resonate with him. And if things do turn sour and he must be terminated, I think you are quite a good candidate to get it done. Or at least survive.
Alright, let's double check the other. Done. Let's see. Deal with Mr. Corella's indiscretion. There's that one. Motherly ties, cloak and daggers. Rotten business. Diamond chin. Bar tab. I'm seeing which one's Shanghai Justice. That was Evelyn Carmichael. The trauma kit. That one I missed. That one I got. Good soul. Alright. Let's go do this Sid quest. Side quests.
哎，怎么回事嘛？为什么我们还在这里没有动啊？天哪，那么多人！
Returning to tonight's biggest story.
Does this put me closer? We'll find out. Not like the game takes too long to load. I haven't saved in a while. Phuket Secretary. I have looted this place before. Fine, I will reread it. Telling me to go down below, so the nearest sewer access. Let me actually check. Okay. So I need to go to where the a different sewer exit. Tangsha Court Gardens. It's the limb clinic.
Elizabeth Duclair, spokeswoman for the WHO, confirmed that the cause of these disruptions
The hive is that way.
device which transmits neural impulses.
It's not next to the hive though, it's elsewhere. Maybe it's down around this stuff.
Biochips to meet the expected demand. This widespread defect, coming so soon after the recent riots, only raises more questions about the
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
Could be. What's it to you?
When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not... do him wrong.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, Tell me, are you here to stop me?
Not exactly. I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand reason.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man, and I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Yeah, okay, I can relate. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower. I believed that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
Oh, Jason, go.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural aug made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So how'd you get out of it?
I confronted the project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Dr. Wing said our situations would resonate. I don't think he realized it might go both ways. Some men deserve the justice we bring on them. Do what you have to do, Zelazny. I won't get in your way.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill. They have names, families, they're people. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Hey, Jensen. Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top-secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Bell Tower. Got them to reassign a couple of local patrols. You should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So the limb clinic is considered this way. Ah, there's the hive.
Have been flooding in from around the globe. Elizabeth Duclair, spokeswoman for the
哎，这
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot stress enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
It's a long story, Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers. And after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
The men Zelazny's after are far more dangerous than he is. His methods are extreme, but I think his cause is justified. To be honest, Doc, I believe what he wants isn't that different from you. An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem to believe that the end justifies the means, but I don't know. I'll have to think about this. Here is a praxis kit. It's all I have.
Doesn't matter what's all you have, that's the best shit ever. Okay.
哎，怎么回事嘛？为什么我们还在这里没有动啊？天哪，那么多人！
Returning to tonight's biggest story, the World Health Organization today issued an unprecedented recall on augmented. For days, reports of
Squeeze me. Minnie, have you been asleep at all? Oh. Hmm. The more I stream, the less she's gonna have a chance to stream, because she's gonna. It's not like. No, my babby. Hmm. Okay. Side quest completed. I actually was thinking of taking a break, and she can stream for a little bit until she gets tired, then maybe I can pick up later. That might work. at least talk to Mr. Tong.
Did break out, but no serious injuries were reported. This is Eliza Cassand.
Yeah, the problem is upload speed. When, excuse me. Wait. Oh, hello. Wait, I was already doing that. Alright, this is basically a start of a mission. This is the perfect time for me to stop, actually. I will stop for a little while, chillax, catch up on the internets, and Ortho's gonna stream. You're not gonna stream? Because I really do need to take a break. And the kitty wants in. And I have to pee. So I'm at least going to take a break of at least an hour, maybe a little more. And Ortho can stream then if she wants to. But I will see you all sometime in a little bit. Probably in a couple hours. So, alright, I'll see you all then. Hurts.